Sound like y'all might need a kiss on the nuts.
Yeah.
You guys ready to pitch some tents?
Yeah, let's get after it, and
Let's do it.
it's going to be interesting, I'll say that.
Hey guys, today we're talking Farmer Wants a Wife, Season 3, Episode 7.
And I'm back, y'all.
Episode 7. Billy's back. What'd you think of the last episode?
I didn't think too much of it. I mean, I thought it was smart of the two guys, Colton and Matt, for not bringing anybody home. And I thought it was dumb of the other two. And then they're freaking like, I can't believe these women are so mad, especially Jay. Like, what's wrong, girls? Like, what the hell do you mean what's wrong? What do you think's wrong with them?
Yeah, and that's kind of where we start off, right? Jay's looking at Grace and Karina and going, what's wrong?
Karina's hot. She keeps saying she's hot. I'm hot. I'm hot.
Burning up here.
I just got to cool down. And Grace is just like, And he's like, well, are you okay? And she's like, He's like, what's wrong? Like, I mean, obviously,
he can't figure it out.
Like,
he just don't know. You
know what's wrong.
Oh, man.
But he does pull them both aside. I mean, he pulls Grace aside later on at the camping thing. He pulls Karina aside, and he reassures both of them for the most part.
I mean, Grace, I don't know. Like, she wanted to go off camera, like off mic, off camera. Like, I mean, I don't know if that conversation was reassuring in any way.
Yeah, no. And if I just, number one, if I was the producers, I told her hell no. I'm like, no.
Well, what's weird?
They kept following her.
What's weird is she takes off the mic, but the camera person's like, it seems like right next to him has a big light on. So I'm like,
and he still had his on, I think, which is why you probably hear everything. But yeah, I told her hell no, you're not taking it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't. They make a little bit of a scene, but they're cool apparently.
Yeah. All's good.
That's when they learn, guess what? We're going camping.
Yeah.
We've seen it before.
Texas.
Yep.
My stomping grounds.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's right.
It's a big state, Billy. Big state.
That's true. I've been all over it, though. I've been all over.
I lived there, too.
I know you did.
So they bring all the women together and the 4 farmers.
Yeah.
So, and
A lot of whining.
yeah. A lot of whining, but the 2 new girls kind of bond together for a bit.
Yeah, they did at the very beginning, yeah.
Well, I mean, they got one thing in common, right? They're the odd ones out. And they're kind of the unwelcome guests there as far as like the rest of the group.
And it's got to be awkward for them.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Well, yeah, and I will say, speaking of that, I will say, like, what's her, the one that John brought home, what's her name? Juliana?
Yeah.
I did think the other girls were kind of mean to her when she came in. Like, we saw that in past seasons when they do that stuff. And it's like, look, it ain't her fault. Like, John brought her home, so she ain't gonna be an asshole to her. Like, I think Kaylee was pretty rude and and she just did not, I mean, they're all just basically like kind of giving her the cold shoulder.
Yeah, Karina and Grace were kind of more upset with Jay.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't really take it out on the new girl, which is fair.
And the farmers are talking, and Colton's like, "Oh no, I didn't bring home this new girl. I'm not stupid,
He's like, I'm not an idiot." Yeah, the one guy.
Only make out with them in front of everybody, but that's it. Yeah.
So that was a little funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
He's like, I ain't picking who my mom picked. You know what I mean? Like.
He's like, hell no, I ain't bringing nobody home.
You guys bring back mom's pick?
Absolutely not. I didn't want to stir up any trouble or anything. I already got 4 girls back at the house.
So this is kind of where they like talk individually, like with all the women, and kind of get a feel for them, because they got to start cutting people loose real soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just seems to me like some of these guys still have 4, and they've only got one more solo date left, and then they got to get down to the final 2. It's like. It is so rushed, and
this episode, everything was rushed. Like how many girls you got to get rid of, and all that. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
No time to bond, really.
Yeah,
exactly.
Now.
Well, and again, we figured out. We found out this all was filmed over 4 weeks, right? Which the rest of the seasons were filmed like at least 8 weeks.
And what really sucks here, like the new women might not even have a chance for like a proper solo date. Unless you count the initial.
And I count the initial.
I do count the initial too.
Yeah, because both Rissa and Juliana were like, well, I want the solo date because I need more time with them. And yeah, you need more time with them, but you got a solo date.
You just had a damn date. You were the last one to have one.
And it's like these other girls
that wasn't a date, that was coffee. Come on.
That was a date. That was coffee
date. These other girls haven't had that much more time with them just because they've been in the house. Because as we've been told before, they don't spend a lot of time together unless they're on these dates.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't had those little moments, so like the other. They haven't been working on the farm and having like little conversations.
Well,
and
they ain't gonna get that on a solo date either.
And they can see the other women. They have more of a bond with the farmers than they do.
Especially the camping one. They saw that pretty damn clear. Well, and the funny thing is, you got Colton, who, because all these guys are pulling their women aside. And then Colton goes and makes out with Bailee. And then he goes and makes out with her chick right after. So, of course, Bailey's pissed, and it's like, dude, what are you doing,
Yeah,
Colton?
I don't
Like,
understand that. I mean, makes out with Bailee, and then he tries that little trick with Zoe, what's that over there? And then makes out with her.
Yeah,
That's so cringe to watch.
He's usually a pretty smooth guy, but that was just dumb. I was like, come on, Colton.
It was one for the books, according to him, but it was very cringy to watch.
And then he's picking freaking Bailey's barbecue out of her teeth, afterward.
Yeah, I don't know if Bailee actually got to see the kiss or not, but
she mentioned something about him pursuing other women at least. So, I mean, he at least she's got to know that they kissed.
Yeah,
he pulls a woman off to the side and she doesn't get dismissed.
But they're pulling all of them to the side.
Yeah,
but he's the kisser.
Yeah.
So if he pulls someone to the side,
but the same day
they're getting kissed.
They're getting kissed. That's what he does.
He kissed Bailee on the damn speed date.
Floor.
And on the speed date right off the bat.
He kissed on the dance floor. Yeah, come on now.
Now they do bring Taylar and Nathan out, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was. I guess
they're in love.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, they're bringing. You didn't see much of him. You saw him for a minute. He did. He had good advice.
Well, they got to come out, have some barbecue.
That's right.
He had good advice, and he got through to Matt.
Yeah, and what I like what he said. He's like, Taylor's the only one I kiss. Yeah, and I didn't realize that, but that's cool.
And I didn't realize that either until he said it. So.
And then Colt was like, "Oh, you just kissed one."
Like, and this is what sparked all the guys to go, "Hey, got to start dismissing people."
Mm-hmm.
So that's when
that, and I'm sure the producers probably told him, "Hey, you guys didn't start dismissing people."
Well, that's when Matt talks to Alexandria and Colton talks to Hope.
Yeah.
And I'm very surprised about Matt.
Oh, so was I, man. I was like, what a moron.
I was not surprised about this.
Yeah, dude. Alexandra's beautiful. They had a great date. I thought she was like, on the same level as him. And I was like, what the hell is this idiot doing?
Okay, let's be clear. You can sit here and say Alexandria was beautiful. All these women are beautiful. They're all beautiful. So, stop with the beautifulness.
They're
that's
not all beautiful.
A reason.
I don't think Hope's beautiful.
There's some.
I don't think Hope's
there was
beautiful.
some I would definitely choose over other by that.
Yeah.
They're all beautiful.
No, they're not all beautiful.
Hope's still pretty good looking.
He had a good date with Alex, but there was no romantic connection. Now, granted, he doesn't seem to really spark a romance with any of them.
Exactly.
But he spent a whole day with her. There was that romantic connection he had with Halleh, where we thought it was going to lead to a kiss, but he didn't kiss her.
It might have.
But you could see that connection.
Yeah.
You did not see that romantic connection with Alex. So I don't know why you guys are so surprised.
I actually wrote down her name for Matt because I thought she was one of the better ones.
So did I.
I think she's a great girl, but there was not a connection.
No, you're wrong, Ashley.
Clearly, I'm not.
Billy wants a connection.
Matt, you're wrong, and Matt's wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought dumb move by Matt,
Exactly.
but
Exactly. Matt's an idiot.
Fair
now
enough.
the Hope thing I can understand because she's. That just hadn't been working, and she's been kind of judging Colton for the way he's acting, and rightfully so, I think.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, their dynamic is just not compatible with each other. He's really goofy, and she's not really into that.
Yeah, I think it was Chelsi was wondering.
I don't even know what she's into. We didn't get to see too much over to figure out what the hell she was looking for, even. So
I think Chelsi was wondering if she's in the friend zone or what before these conversations started happening. Yeah, and you're like, have you asked him? And she's like, no.
So,
I guess I should do that.
Right. So, you've been on his farm for 2-3 weeks now.
Yeah.
But John talks to Claire, and I thought this was an odd conversation because I almost felt like he was going to cut her loose.
I was thinking that too.
And then, she's like, no, I like you. I'm really into you. And I felt like he kind of changed his mind.
Right. See, I was on the same page, man. I was like, I think he's about to send her home. And then when that happened, he was like, oh, okay.
But I do like Claire a lot.
Oh, she's cool. Yeah.
But he's a hunter. She's a vegetarian. So there's some key differences. I don't know if that works.
I do agree with you on this, that I do wonder if that conversation was he initiated it to send her home and then it took a different turn. I think, he at least brought her back for that and with the intention of, if this doesn't go well, I'm just going to go ahead and send her home.
Yeah.
But I thought they had a pretty decent conversation before when he asked her if she wanted to stay. And I think he was, that conversation that sparked something between them.
And I think he made the right choice by, by keeping her right there.
Yeah, I think so too. I like Claire a lot, but I don't know if she works to fit his style though.
Right.
And then he brings in Lily a little later, and then this is his first kiss.
Yeah, it
and
is.
he says some things to her that he hasn't said to anyone else. So it seems like he's really into her. Oh, yeah. Ryan Black called it.
He did. Ryan called it, man. Ryan's the oracle. That guy knows, man.
He's the oracle.
I mean, we haven't seen hardly anything of her,
but he knew it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like Lily for him, but I do also like Claire. And the thing about Claire with him is that she's a little... They say that they're opposites on things, right?
Yeah.
So
well, they definitely
he really liked Sam because she was like a battle with him. So maybe this is more of a peaceful like battle. Do you know what I mean? Like opposite.
Sure.
I don't know how to word
no,
it.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, peaceful opposite. Yeah,
so
like,
it's not as like combative,
right?
And, like,
and she's not
but...
like demanding to be in the driver's seat and freaking take control.
Right.
So yeah.
And some of the guys are ragging on the ones who haven't kissed, like, "Hey, you gotta make some moves and try some things out here." And I think
he was kissing on him.
Yeah,
kissing on
them all. And Nathan kind of says, his spiel about he's the only one that kissed Taylar. Yeah. So maybe that sparked something in John to make the first move, here.
We kiss.
And I think that's a big move, like who he chose. I think that's very telling.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Even though we haven't seen much of her,
right?
Yeah. So
then of course you get where he pulls Kaylee aside afterward, and at this point, Kaylee was just. I mean, he said she's too emotional, and for what he's looking for, she is. Like, she was already crying again and stuff.
Yeah.
And
every time, someone gets his attention, she's breaking down.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, she needed to go. I mean, God bless her. She's a sweet girl, but, she needed to go.
But she chose to leave.
She's kind of self-eliminated.
Yeah, sort of.
I mean, he would have let her go.
He would have, exactly.
I mean, essentially, though, says, every time I see you, I don't see anything. I don't really see a connection there, so.
Yeah.
And he quickly kind of agrees with it.
Yeah,
so.
but it's funny because when she was talking to the girls, though, she was like, I see him looking at all these other girls, and I want him to look at me like that, right?
Yeah.
She says that, and then she tells him, I don't see anything when I look at you. She's like, come on.
And I don't know if that was an editing thing. I mean, she says that, but when he comes back after kissing Lily, I did see that with the editing, like the way they were googly-eyeing each other.
But you don't know what the sequence of events are either.
You really don't, but she says it in her thing that they're looking at each other in this way. So has he already made his decision?
Maybe.
I think so. Yeah, I think Ryan hasn't had it hit the nail on the head, man.
Yeah,
he's gonna be Lily.
So then we see Matt talk to Chelsea, and he's showering her with gifts, right? He's got flowers.
He's got
the birthday tart kind of thing going.
So you think maybe he's trying to get his first kiss, but it doesn't really happen here.
Yeah, until the previews, and then you're like, you assholes just showed the first kiss on a preview.
I don't know why they would show his first kiss as like a sneak peek at the next episode.
I was like, what the heck are these guys doing?
That seems like a very climactic moment, since he's like held down on that.
Yeah. Well, Shy Matt, getting to sneak his first kiss in there, and they're going to show us on a preview.
Yeah. Newsflash, I don't know why they did that. If you watch the previews.
Right.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
And they got to narrow it down to 2, it seems like, next week. So, But they finally get to choose who they're going on their last solo date with. And Matt chooses Chelsi, Jay, Rizza.
Yeah, because Rizza's, I've seen this girl. I think she's got a great soul. Like these other 2 girls, not so much, I guess. But when he said that, I just think she's got a really great soul. And I was like, what about those 2 girls? Man, they got good souls?
I mean...
What's he gonna say?
Yeah, what's he gonna say?
He could just say, look, I haven't been on a one with her yet. I really want to get to know her. I really want to get to know her.
Just because I don't know, I don't feel like that eliminated them from having great souls, but
they don't have good souls.
He said
practically said
these 2 are evil.
Colton picks Keeley, who we haven't seen in a while. They've already had a solo date, but
he's had a solo date with all of them.
Yeah.
So.
But I think it's been the longest with Bailee.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this means anything.
Yeah.
Well, and he probably feels the most secure with Bailee as far as like reassurance. I think he doesn't realize how irritated she has gotten.
Oh yeah, I don't think so.
I think he just feels like she's a safe bet. Like I want to explore all these other 2, and if these don't work out, I got Bailee. And I think that's how he sees her. And
I think I kind of agree with that.
I think she sees that's how he sees her, and she's not liking it.
She's starting to see it now. Yeah.
Now, John chooses Claire, but I think she's hanging by a very thin thread.
Right.
And this is the final, hey, should I keep her or not? But what do you think about that pick?
Yeah, I thought it was fine, I guess, because he hadn't taken her on a date yet, right? So this is his chance to get her on a one-on-one date. So, yeah, I think it was the right decision because he hadn't done it yet. Now, of course, Juliana Juliana, is that her name?
Yeah. So she.
I mean, she was pissed, but just like you just had your one-on-one luncheon thing with him, so
yeah, they don't see it that way, but I do.
But I don't think that's going to be great for them to with the so limited time that they have, and then it's down to. I mean, they probably should have introduced these girls like a week or two before.
Exactly. Well, the bottom line
they're not
is,
giving much of a chance.
if you only got 4 weeks of filming, you just shouldn't have introduced new girls. Period.
That's true. Maybe they should have skipped that.
Yeah, exactly. They totally should have just skipped that step.
Or like week 1, like you know, as soon as you let one girl go, bring a new girl in.
Exactly.
Then that's it.
Yeah, that might have been cool to have like the first or second episode. You bring the mom pick in.
Yeah.
So
I'm waiting until this late in the game on a 4th week shoot, and it's like, come on, guys.
I mean, are they watching our show? Like, can they get take the notes for next season? Come on. And we want the moms to see the girls that are already there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll see them
when they get down to the final 2. The moms are gonna get to pick
again. Yeah, all right, bring mamas back.
So, any final thoughts on this episode?
I think Ryan called it, man. I think Lily's it for freaking.
It seems that way. That was a power move he did with kissing her. So I'm like,
I think
wow,
Lily's it for John. I think.
And then Matt kissing. What is it, Chelsi? Next week, allegedly.
Yep, I think that one's gonna be it.
You're jumping ahead. You're jumping ahead.
Yeah, and Jay, I have no damn idea at this point now.
That's true.
That's tough.
Yeah, I mean, early on we thought we nailed it with freaking Grace, and then maybe Karina, and then now it's this Jay. I'm like, damn, Jay, I don't know what the hell you're
I'm starting to think Grace is number 3 out of all.
Maybe.
I think he needs to start a commune. They just need to all stick around.
I think Karina. I think it's between Karina and Rissa. I really do.
Yeah.
And then with Colton, I think maybe the blonde girl now at this point, maybe. The one that he just kissed last. I don't know. Let's see.
Whoever he kisses last.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was going to be a Nathan Taylar situation where he thought Bailee was it from the get-go, but maybe not.
But he had still that kiss there, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Zoe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. He seems to like Zoe, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like that Matt. From as far as this episode, I like that Matt finally made a decision.
Yeah,
He's
making some moves.
He's making moves.
He should have chose Alexandria.
He should have, man.
I don't disagree with his move. I liked Alex, but I didn't see the spark between the two of them. So
I don't know how.
I haven't seen a spark with him and any girl. So
true.
So there you go.
True, but which is why I just don't understand why you guys are so surprised.
And what about Halleh? Does she have a chance at all?
Nah, not anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we can put the rumors to rest, though, that they did not go out and have that little tryst.
Probably not.
Yeah.
He's a little too prude for that.
Yeah,
at this point,
exactly.
So.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is our thoughts so far on this season. What do you guys think? Let us know. We love talking to you guys. And as always, hit that like and subscribe, and we will check y'all in our next review.